I'm aware, or I've came across a lot of outlets that have said that the crack rock used in this movie is actually real. So for whatever that means, it is what it is. But once again, further engulfing himself in what's going to lead to his fate because of these deeds that's deemed wicked in regards to, selling drugs and robbing people and killing your people, so on and so forth. All these wicked things that's going to catch up to him in the end. But letting you know there's no real way out when you're marked, when there's a mark on you. There's no real way out, you know? Perfect or prime example of what can lead you down the wrong path in regards to your fate being sealed. The woman, but it's not necessarily blaming the woman. It's just our love and lust for the woman that leads us to the wrong path. It's not her per se. It's our energy towards her. And we understand that when it comes to this film and what took place, where he pretty much just dogged her out, not owning up to the baby that was coming, when it comes to him conceiving with the woman that he had sex with, and she gave him the news and he just dismissed her. The reverberation was him and the confrontation between her brother, and then her brother comes back, spin the block on him again, and we already understand what happens. But it's from his indecision with the woman, just like Adam. Adam fell because of his indecision. It's not the woman. The woman did nothing wrong. It was the energy towards the woman. He was lustful. He said, "Oh, this woman is fine. I want to fuck her." And then she gets pregnant, and you say, "That's not my baby," and then you disrespect her, and what comes back from that? So, this is what we understand when it comes to these dynamics. That's, I ain't gonna say reoccurring, but we see it a lot. You know what I mean? It's pervasive. It's one of those things that we notice a lot, and it's because of things that we put on a pedestal, as well as indecisions, bad choices, so on and so forth.
I could see it now. You can go up there and mess around and bring back one of your devils to
Wait,
my house.
wait, I'm not bringing no devil to the house.
Oh, I see you checking out them white girls.
Now, you know how I feel about my black women. Now, why you gonna throw that on me? I ought to take you outside and knock you out right now.
Hey, boy. I brought you in. I'll take you out.
Yeah, okay. What's up, Kane? It took you long enough, my brother.
Anyway.
Hey, KD. So what's up, young buck?
Man, I'm all right.
Yeah?
Hey, how's work?
Well, white man always on your back. But what else is new, huh? Have a seat.
What's up, man? Chilling.
So what y'all talking about?
Not much, just chatting.
Yeah, we talking about this Kansas trip.
Kansas. So what about Kansas?
So what are you gonna do, KD? You gonna fuck around out there in the streets till you get killed? Like your cousin, maybe?
What's that, sir?
Well, Sharif tells me him and Stacy have been trying to get you to leave with him.
Yeah, but I don't know about no Kansas.
Yeah, I hear you there, I was teasing Sharif about that before you came in. But what are you gonna do if you stay? Sharif used to get into all kinds of shit before he found the nation. Now, I'm no Muslim, but I agree with some of the things they say regarding black people. And if Allah helps to make him a better man than Jesus can, then I'm all for it.
So what you trying to say, Mr. Butler?
Whatever changes you have to make, then you just do it. You got to think about your life. Being a black man in America isn't easy. The hunt is on. And you're the prey. All I'm saying is, survive. All right?
Mr. Butler had me thinking, because he was the only one who ever came at me like he gave a damn. And Grandpa's always kicked that religion stuff, and my dad never said anything. Purnell showed me how to survive on the streets, but Mr. Butler was talking about surviving for good.
As you can see here, Sharif's father, and notice Sharif is the only one with a father figure. Sharif being the one that has his head on straight and the one that's, on the side of knowledge and correction and whatnot. He's the one with the father. So that's interesting that you have that, as well as you see him here. He has on an orange shirt. There's a reason why he has the orange shirt on. The orange represents enlightenment, and he acts as like, this figure for wisdom impartment, giving game to KD, aka Kane Dawson, giving him the understanding of, the real world that is America, the real world that is beyond just your orbit or your haven, not your safe haven, but your haven. Because, when it comes to what he does in his orbit or his home or, where he's at, is corruption. It's going to lead him to what it leads to. But at the same time, you have this aspect of someone who can help you see the forest through the trees or see the light per se, wake up, have some sort of understanding. And it's interesting because, just as he said, where he says, it's not like I agree with everything that Islam says, but I agree with certain things, just like us, where we can attest to that, where we can agree with certain things in regards to the customs from Islam, but just know that the truth lies within the Most High and his teachings and, who we are according to the Heavenly Father, so on and so forth. So it's very important for us to put things in proper perspective. But once again, the color orange, him acting as this, sage per se, or someone who can guide him and give him wisdom and game, and him take heed to it. This is why he says that, with his grandfather's more so into being binded by the religion, even though, we understand that the Most High, the Spirit, is something that's impactful, but not religion. Religion is not of the Heavenly Father. And this is why, it's interesting how these things is laid out within the film. It's like Cain is not necessarily, taking heed to his grandfather, but he'll take heed to another man that can give him something that's beyond, what he sees as religion or what he sees as something that's limited, because that's how most of us see religion. We see it as almost like limited. Like I can't do certain things, or I can't follow this, or, it's not as convincing, but when you start to get into the nitty gritty of who you are according to the scriptures and the realness of it, it's easy for you to be receptive, as opposed to just the churchy, nonsensical, religion. Christianity, it's all nonsense. The realness lies within the truth in regards to who we are when it comes to the customs, lineage, what we adhere to, who the Most High is, the standard of the Heavenly Father, so on and so forth. And that's the commandments. And that only applies to his people, Israel. This is why he says the hunt is on for the so-called black man. But in his case, when it comes to the dynamic of the movie, the hunt is the mark. He's the prey. The prey is the mark. This is why, this figure said it to him, this father figure, because this father figure is someone that Cain actually takes heed to. So it's more profound in regards to his reception of it. It's like, I'm really gonna harbor this and take it in. But it was too late, and we already understand that. But that's what the father acts as. He acts as this guy that can like actually sway Cain in the right direction, And Kansas, once again, Kansas is that different state of consciousness. Kansas, on the surface, obviously, we understand it does represent another place that, they hope to move to. But on an esoteric front, in regards to the communicative element, the conveyance, it represents a different state of consciousness.